Murder in Marsh, written by Elisabeth Hayward. Teaser, exterior English countryside highway, dawn, raining, 1990. Camera pans across the narrow country highway, sprawling green hills, old stone cottages, a Moreton in Marsh welcome sign, farms with livestock, close-up of a brown cow. A single car appears into frame. It's an old, discolored yellow Toyota minivan. Interior minivan. From behind, we see a woman driving, dressed in a crisp white tennis dress. Crimson and Clover is playing on the radio. She takes a sip of her coffee. Suddenly, a mail truck comes flying across the median. She can't get out of the way. The truck hits her head on. The sound of the crash is deafening. Envelopes and packages fly out of the truck, floating up in the air. The minivan flips over and over and over, careening down the embankment, finally coming to a stop. Mail begins to settle on the asphalt. Amongst the pile, we see two large yellow envelopes. Crimson and Clover continues to play as blood and coffee seep into the woman's crisp white tennis dress. Cut 2, Act 1, the letter. Interior living room, old English cottage, afternoon, years later. A blank page and pen sit upon an old vintage desk. A shadow passes across the frame and takes a seat. Close up on the letter being written, Detective. Cut 2, interior bedroom, morning, Detective Asher's house, present day. Detective Asher, 60s, is lying in bed, smoking a cigarette. She's a stubborn but kind soul. Suddenly, we hear someone coming upstairs. It's Nurse Rena, 30s. She's slightly neurotic, overworked, and underpaid, with a handful of mail tucked under her arm. She makes a beeline for the bed, ripping the cigarette out of Asher's hand and promptly putting it out.
Morning, Asher.
Morning, Rena.
Asher and Rena don't enjoy each other's company, but it's necessary. Rena puts the mail down next to the bed.
There's your mail.
And?
She picks it up again.
Medical bill, a late payment notice, another medical bill, another late payment notice, and this?
It's a handwritten letter.
It doesn't have a sender.
She hands it to Asher and starts tidying up the room.
Well, that's weird.
Asher looks for the sender on the envelope, but it's blank. There's nothing but her own name and address. She decides to open it, pulling the letter out. She starts waving it at Rena.
I can't. I can't read it. It's too small.
Fine. Detective, I hope this letter finds you well.
Rena, will you just read it?
There's no easy way to say this, so I'll just cut to the chase. Quite simply, you got it wrong. I'm the one you were looking for.
Asher, intrigued, sits up.
Are you sure you want me to read this? It seems kind of private. You should probably have someone else read it.
I can't. There is no one else. So unfortunately, you're my only option.
All right. The first question I'm sure everyone has is, why wasn't I caught? Well, that's because nobody ever really knew the truth. But that's okay, because I'm going to tell you every single detail. And it's time I told the truth. The guilt has weighed on me heavily over the years, knowing an innocent person is paying for my crimes. For this, I am truly sorry.
Cut to Gloucester courtroom, 1990. The judge raises her gavel. I hereby sentence you to life imprisonment. Off her gavel, in a prison cell, an officer locks the prison cell. Back to Asher's bedroom. Asher is completely overcome by the realization that she may have put the wrong person away. She picks up a cigarette.
Asher.
Don't leave it. Just keep reading.
I don't think I should.
Please.
Okay.
And we keep this between the two of us.
Yes, of course. So, I'm sure you're wondering, who am I? My name is, well, we shall get to that eventually. Let's start simply, Asher. By the time we figure out who I am, I'll be 6 feet underground.
Cut to a funeral home, a beautifully adorned coffin being carried outside. Back to Asher's bedroom.
Unless my family decides to burn me up, in which case I'm probably perched on the mantle.
Cut to a fireplace mantle, a cremation urn being carefully placed on the mantle. Back to Asher's bedroom.
Either way, I'm sorry to disappoint, but you won't be able to handcuff this oldie. Let's go back in time, shall we?
Asher takes a long drag. Fade to interior, Megan's duplex, morning, raining, 1990. The semi-detached house is messy but clean. It's a quaint cottage, the type you're excited to live in but never quite get around to decorating properly. Pictures of landscapes scatter the walls and lace doilies lay about. A ball of yellow wool, a pair of knitting needles, and a half-knitted sweater on the table. We see Megan, mid-30s, intelligent, quick-witted, no job, no savings, usually hopeful, but currently depressed, dressed in an oversized faded pink dressing gown, her hair in a floppy ponytail, and not an ounce of makeup to be seen on her face. Megan sitting on the bottom stair, ear pressed to the wall, listening, while sipping her morning tea. She hears the mailbox outside and looks out the window. We see a young male woman. Megan waves and gets up, putting on her rain boots. Exterior, Megan's duplex. The paint on Megan's side of the duplex is peeling. Flowers and leaves scatter the front yard. It needs some work, but it exudes charm. Next door, we see the other side of the duplex. It's freshly painted, complete with an immaculate yard full of beautiful roses in all colors blooming. Megan dashes out the door to the mailbox, the rain pelting her face. She can't get the box open. She shoves and pushes it until it finally pops. She grabs the mail, a few bits and pieces, but one large envelope sticks out.
Where's Mark?
He had some car trouble this morning.
Sorry to hear that.
She runs back up the path. The neighbor's door opens. Joel, late 30s, steps out. He's reasonably handsome, smartish, nice on a good day, and currently amidst a midlife crisis. Bethany, late 20s, Joel's 8-month heavily pregnant fiance, steps out and gives Joel a kiss goodbye. Megan sees them and quickly raises the hood of her dressing gown, attempting to hide from them. They notice anyway. She rushes inside and slams the door shut. Inside Megan's duplex, Megan locks the door, yanks off her rain boots, and throws the mail on the kitchen table. She sits down, removes her hood. After a minute, she picks up the envelope from under the other mail. We see it is addressed to Megan Woodfalls, 15A Clark Avenue, Morton in Marsh. Megan turns it over and carefully opens it. She takes a deep breath and pulls the papers out. Gloucester County divorce. She takes it all in.
Fuck.
A smile creeps across her face. She picks up a smashed photo frame from the kitchen table. As we get closer, we see it's a wedding photo of Megan and Joel. Megan grabs some bright pink kitchen gloves to protect her hands from the glass. She picks up the photo frame and carefully takes out the wedding photo. She then rips off the front page of the divorce papers and slides it right into the frame. Megan hurries over to the kitchen drawer, taking out a rusted old hammer and nail. Interior, Joel's Mercedes parked out front. Silence apart from the sound of the rain outside and the intermittent squeaking of the windshield wipers. Joel sits in the driver's seat, an identical yellow envelope in his hand. He slowly pulls out the papers. This time we see the couple listed, Joel Fairfield and Megan Woodfalls. Joel is Megan's ex-husband.
Fuck.
He realizes it's final. He slams his hands against the steering wheel and throws the papers onto the back seat and drives off. Interior, Megan's duplex. Megan is finishing hammering her framed divorce to the wall and then takes a step back, admiring her handiwork.
Fuck you, Joel.
Ring, ring, ring. It's the landline. At first, she doesn't notice it. Ring, ring, ring. Suddenly, Megan comes to. She starts looking for it on her desk, picking up papers and books, scrambling to find it. It continues to ring, ring, ring. She goes over to the couch, throwing the cushions this way and that way in her frantic search for the phone. She finds it, and she answers.
Hello?
In Danny's car, Danny, mid-30s, handsome, loyal, and cheeky. She's driving a 1985 Volvo and using her car phone.
Meg,
Dan, everything okay?
sit down.
All right.
Megan doesn't sit, but she waits a beat as though she has.
Okay, I'm sitting. Don't do this to me, Danny. What's going on?
Laura, she's been in an accident.
What? What kind of accident?
Really fucked Meg. A truck hit her on the car of the highway.
Fuck. Is she okay?
Well, they've taken her to the hospital.
And Harrison? The kids?
They weren't with her. Harrison's dropped the kids at the neighbors and he's picking up Mom.
Okay, sounds good. Is she at Morton District?
Yeah, I'm on my way there now, but I'll come pick you up.
All right, thanks, Dan. She's gonna be okay, right?
Yeah. It's Laura. She'll be right.
I'm gonna get off the phone, throw on some clothes.
Got it. I'll see you in a few.
Love you.
Megan hangs up the phone. She takes off her kitchen gloves and races upstairs. In her bedroom, Megan whips off her dressing gown and pajamas. She picks up the clothes from around the room, smelling and checking them. We see another smashed wedding photo frame on the floor. She finds a sweater and a pair of jeans to wear. She puts them on as fast as she can, falling over a few times. Honk, honk. Interior living room. Megan comes racing downstairs. She downs her tea, grabbing her purse, coat, and keys. Exterior, Megan's, it's still raining. Danny's in her car outside. Megan exits the house, locks the front door. In the background, we see pregnant Bethany dragging a significantly sized suitcase out of the boot of her car. She ignores Megan. Megan ignores her. Interior car. Megan hops in.
Hey.
Hey.
Megan hugs Danny. They're still for a few moments.
We should go.
Yeah.
Danny starts driving. We notice a half-knitted sweater on the back seat.
She shouldn't be carrying that suitcase she's about to pop.
Don't remind me.
Sorry.
I feel sick.
Me too.
I think I might puke.
Megan opens her purse, considers puking inside, but then reconsiders and takes out a bag of boiled peppermints instead. She pops one in her mouth.
Peppermint?
Yeah.
Megan pops the peppermint into Danny's mouth.
Thank you. Thanks.
Is that smoke?
Yeah. Oh,
Danny pulls the car over.
bloody car.
Exterior highway. Megan and Danny get out and walk to the front of the car. Danny pries open the bonnet. They both stare at the engine for a minute as smoke continues to billow out over them.
I don't know anything about cars.
Me either.
Megan throws up.
Shit, are you okay?
Yeah. I'm just in shock, I think.
Suddenly, the brown cow that we saw earlier moos at them. They can't help but laugh.
How far do you reckon the hospital is?
Roughly like 2 kilometers?
All right, what do you say we leave the car here?
Yeah, let's walk it.
Megan grabs her bag from the passenger seat. Danny closes the bonnet and locks the car. They link arms. As they hurry toward the hospital, cut to interior Moreton District Hospital hallway. Two orderlies push a gurney into the surgery room. The surgery doors flap as they walk through. End of Act 1.